Between the Shadows by Grace R. Pringle. Chapter 1. The Blind Man. I struggled with my basket of goods in the crook of one arm, overwhelmed and crushed by the crowd taking over the city. The citizens of Lower Quith had flocked to the nearest cities to celebrate the feast of the 8th moon. The inns were overflowing with foreigners, and the city of Dallin was packed with street performers and farmers from the countryside. My average 2-hour trip to the market had become a morning affair as curiosity over all the sights took control. I'd enjoyed my time watching the traveling players, the tall, elegant Cillians with their almond-shaped eyes, and the dark-skinned men of the north. But now I wanted to go home. The heat of the early autumn day was getting to me. I knew Father, back at the weaving shop, wouldn't need me, but I was still in a hurry. "Excuse me, pardon me, sorry, excuse me." I was contemplating the idiocy of talking to people who were ignoring me when I ran right into him. The force of the collision knocked the breath out of me. The impact startled him, but he recovered enough to catch me before I fell. He was solidly built and several inches taller than I was. A black hooded cape hid his face. A hood on a hot day? I quickly stepped back. "I'm sorry."
"It is all right." His voice was startlingly deep. "I am also at fault. I did not see you there." He paused frequently, speaking every word separately like he wasn't used to his own voice. He gazed over the crowd vaguely. The girl he'd run into, apparently, forgotten.
I started to slip past him.
"Do you know where I can find the city archives?" he asked.
"They're a street over from my father's weaving shop." Surprised, I added, "Can you read?"
He hesitated, but nodded.
"Around here not many people can," I said, delighted. He must have heard my excitement.
"You can read, too."
"Yes," I smiled. "My mother taught me."
"I am pleased to meet a fellow reader." He stiffly inclined his head. "Do you think you could take me to the archives? I do not know my way in this city."
"I can see that," I laughed. "Follow me." I pushed past a fat bread seller who complained when the hooded stranger pressed him aside.
"Is it easy to tell," he asked, "that I am not from around here?"
"With so many visitors in the city, it's easy to guess most of them are strangers, not to mention the cloak you're wearing." I glanced up at him. His face remained in shadow.
"I knew cities were busy, but I did not realize there were so many."
He paused as we walked around opposite sides of a crowd, watching traveling players dance in the street.
"People,"
he concluded when we met again. "It's because of the feast of the 8th moon," I told him.
"I must confess I do not know much about the feast days." He had to speak up to be heard over the laughter of a passing group of children. They skipped and giggled, waving colored ribbons. "There seem to be so many," he said.
"It's to celebrate the month in which Jacinta, the Witch Queen, conquered Lower Quith," I explained. Chickens clucked and sheep bleated as we passed a meat stall. "My name is Solnia, by the way." Why did I tell him that? I wasn't in the habit of introducing myself to strange men. I turned down an alleyway where the crowd finally thinned. The hooded stranger turned in a circle, taking in both ends of the alley. Nervous energy accompanied his abrupt movements.
"They call me Ro," he said.
"A unique name. Was your father a sailor?"
"What?" He sounded confused.
"A sailor because your name is Row, like rowing a boat?"
"No," he said sharply.
"Oh, okay." I laughed awkwardly. We said nothing more until we reached the end of the alley. It opened into another street. "The city archives are on the corner of that road." I pointed to the right.
"Oh, thank you, Solnia, Weaver's daughter."
He tilted his head and our eyes met. I stifled a gasp. His eyes were milky white. In the shadow of his hood, a faint clear light shone from them. He quickly ducked his head, bowed stiffly, and hastily disappeared in the direction I had indicated. I stayed frozen for a long time, trying to make sense of what I had seen. Was he blind? I didn't know of any other reason a human would have cloudy white eyes. Hadn't he lost sight of me in the crowd around the traveling players and caught up with me again? He'd kept his head suspiciously bowed the entire time. To hide his eyes, I concluded. I eventually gave up trying to figure it out and continued my journey home. "Father, I'm back," I called as I entered the house and set the basket on the kitchen table.
"In here,"
Father responded. I walked across the kitchen and through the door into the adjacent shop. Tapestries covered the walls, and there were shelves upon shelves of carpets and spools of thread in innumerable colors. The door on my right was open to the street. A table used to serve our customers stood next to the door leading into the house. I watched Father from the doorway as he labored on the loom in the far corner of the shop. His grey head was bent over the threads, strung across the large wooden frame. His calloused hands didn't falter as he carefully wove in and out, creating pictures with breathtaking details. He was as careful and cautious as an artist painting tiny flowers on a canvas. He looked up at me and his smile lit his blue eyes. I skipped to his side and gave him a side hug.
"Hello, my dear."
He patted my hand before resuming his work. "You should eat," I reminded him.